I am glued to my phone. A notification goes off and I'm there. And once I'm on it, I'm stuck. Scrolling and scrolling. Updates from friends, funny videos, general crap. And then I scroll a bit more. Social media can leave us feeling like we're lying there, wasting our time, being unproductive and ruining our mental health. So I decided to stop using it for 30 days. And here's how it went. It's about 5 PM on day one of no social media for 30 days. And it's gone okay. The weirdest one is not having Facebook Messenger. I went very quickly to try and message people and try and talk to people because it's always at your fingertips. And when it wasn't there, that was a bit strange. But actually going on things like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that sort of thing, I got round pretty easily. What I do want to do though is not lose sight of the fact that I spend a significant amount of time on social media normally, and I want to make the most of that time in a more productive way. So what I'm going to do is make a list of all the different things that I want to improve on, want to work on more, things like my health, my cooking, my work in itself, and everything in between, so that I can start ticking things off. And if I do get bored and get to a point where I'm thinking I might just lie on the sofa and scroll through social media, instead of doing that, I'll do something slightly more productive, slightly more healthy, and really make the most of this 30 days. So I started doing some healthier, more productive activities. The herb garden that got stunted by the scrolling. The books I should have read months before. A start to getting healthier was on the cards as well, and it didn't feel like a big change. But while the distraction of social media was gone, other unproductive activities began to hove into view. At the start, I was definitely reaching for my phone a lot more, as if to look for notifications or anything like that, but without the main sources of those on my phone, I slowly started to learn to do that less and less. The one thing that I have learned throughout the week though is that I'm sort of just replacing social media with other stuff that's not necessarily good for me. Starting new TV series and watching films and things like that, which I wouldn't normally do if I was using social media. I feel like I've done a little bit more and done more stuff that that I specifically wanted to do, but I'm not seeing a massively tangible benefit as of yet. While I'd been looking to become more productive through getting rid of social media, there are also a number of mental health benefits. There are a variety of studies linking excessive social media use to depression. Excessive use of social media, particularly before bed, also disrupts sleeping patterns, and a lack of sleep can exacerbate mental health problems. Your confidence may boost, your stress can decrease, and your anxiety may lessen due to less comparison of yourself with other people. But social media no doubt has its positives, like the fact that we can use it to get something we create, a project, a video, a business, out to the world, and losing that caused me some issues. It's incredibly difficult as a small YouTube channel to get any sort of organic views. I've immediately seen a drop off between the videos I've posted since not being on social media and not being able to post them on social media compared to beforehand. It does put a lot of weight on the sort of main reasons we do use social media and how beneficial it can be for us. But that's not to say there weren't any positives. I feel like I'm reaching for my phone less. I feel like I'm not necessarily waiting on people's messages the whole time. I'm not just waiting for that to be the sort of dopamine hit I need. I'm slowly learning to do other things. I'm reading a bit more frequently, and I'm definitely trying to do a few more bits. I've got back into running since I've come off social media, and making that list at the first sort of step of coming off social media was really good for me. Instead of just sitting there and watching TikTok, which is absolute crap most of the time, I now sit down and watch more long-form content on YouTube. Now, the quality of the content is higher and it tends to be more stuff that I can learn from, which is a good thing, but I don't think it's necessarily helped me in terms of getting me off my phone. I did begin to realise that there's some blurred lines when it comes to social media. For me, this challenge was about getting rid of the traditional socials, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, including Messenger, TikTok, and even LinkedIn. YouTube didn't even cross my mind. I avoided the shorts, but The long form was just like a streaming site to me. Now, in another attempt, I might just stay off YouTube as well. And maybe that's a sequel to be done. But in these circumstances, I got drawn to YouTube and strayed into the wormhole that is coffee. James Hoffmann replaced my usual scrolling, and his calming voice not only started making me pretentious about a cup of joe, but also hate myself about the previous coffee video I'd made. What an idiot. But despite the fact I connected with coffee, I started to lose connection with people.
So there are definitely moments where you feel a little bit disconnected from the world with this, and that can be a little bit lonely per se, but not incredibly so. You can find ways of communicating with those you want to without using social media. I mean, you've got plenty of chat services that aren't linked to social media, and I mean, I'm just talking text, I'm talking Zoom, I'm talking things like that, and you know, the absurd concept of actually going and seeing someone in real life. You also avoid the massive amount of bullshit news that you actually don't really need, but you just see because it's there. And I'm grateful for that at the moment, because I'm missing out on all of that, and that's saving me a hell of a lot of time and a hell of a lot of worry, just worrying about nothing really.
Throughout the month, I let this lack of worry roll over me. I spent my time seeing people, doing things, trying to be productive, but to be honest, mostly focusing on things that I enjoy, that isn't entirely wasted time, even if it was unproductive. Don't get me wrong, I was getting bored with nothing to do on the bus, but my mental health felt better. I wasn't feeling particularly lonely, and I wasn't comparing myself so much to others. In fact, here's a snippet from after I finished the 30 days, showing the impact of the reintroduction to social media. Since I re-downloaded one of the social media apps, Instagram, I actually felt quite anxious being back on there because there's so much being thrown at you all at once, and you don't actually have time to process anything. Overall, this had been a success. And if we can find a way to use social media only for its benefits, its business boost, and the connection we can get from it, then reducing your social media time is something I would always recommend. And so I want to hear if you're going to reduce your social media time, or if you think you spend too much time on there at the moment. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to the Unfold channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all very, very soon.